Hi everyone, this is Becca from Becca's Music Room. I am a teacher blogger who talks all about teacher tips, teacher life, and all things that will hopefully make your life just a little bit easier. Today we're going to talk about one of my children's church kids' favorite games called Resurrector. Please like, subscribe, and share if you find this video useful at all. I do post 2 videos every week about teacher life, teacherpreneurs, teacher whatever. And so if you would like to know about the next ones, make sure you subscribe and turn that notification button on so that you will be notified when I have a new video. Without further ado, we're going to talk about one of my kids' favorite games called the Resurrector game. Now, I did not come up with this, and I will link to the blog post that talks about it down below, but I feel like it's kind of a hard game to explain unless you get to see it. So I'm going to explain it, and then I'll show a clip of some of my kids playing it. Now, I am experimenting with a couple different musical versions of this game. I'm thinking that the song Skin and Bones would work pretty well with this one, and I'm kind of looking around for some different ideas. If you have an idea of how to make this game musical or a good folk song that would go along with it, please leave it down in the comments so that I will have some ideas and I'll let you know how it goes. For now, I teach it and I use it in just my children's church, and we always have so much fun with it. So what happens is you give all the kids a card. It's kind of like Mafia, but for little kids. You give everyone a piece of paper, and on one you have a D, on one you have an R, and then on the other ones we used to do numbers, but I found it easier if you just leave them blank, because then you don't have to worry about, well, is this a 2 or is it an R? Like, just leave them blank. It's just nothing. So every kid gets a card, and make sure it's folded so that no one sees what it is. And if you have the R, then you are the Resurrector. So what that means is during the game, you have to resurrect all the other people. You do that by blinking at them or winking at them. We've done it a few different ways because sometimes it's just really hard to get some of my kids to do it enough so that people can see it. But basically you sit in a circle and the Resurrector has to wink at people. And if the Resurrector winks at you, then you stand up and yell, "I'm alive!" So that's the R for the card. If you have a D, that means you're the detective. And the detective stands in the middle and looks around and tries to guess who the Resurrector is. So they have 3 guesses to try to decide who is the Resurrector. And if they get it, then they win. If they don't get it, then everybody else wins. All the other people who have the blank pieces of paper are, I always call them the townspeople, because I did play too much Mafia as a teenager. But basically they're just there, and I always tell them, you have the most important part, because if you are one of the townspeople, then you're being resurrected, and there's no use for a resurrector unless there are people to resurrect. So the Resurrector is blinking at people, everyone stands up if they get winked at, and the detective has 3 guesses to try to decide who is the Resurrector. In children's church, I tie this game into both Easter Sunday and talking about Lazarus or Tabitha or one of those people who was resurrected. We've played it a couple different versions to make it work with different things, actually. And I'm interested to see how I could use it in the music room with a music song. I'm kind of thinking maybe Skin and Bones. Maybe a different idea. I haven't quite decided. If you have a suggestion, leave it down below so that I will have some ideas. But even if you don't use it in the music room, like I said, I use it for children's church and it is super fun. You could use it just for fun anyway. In just a second, I'm going to play a little clip of my kids playing this game so that you can just kind of see how it goes and understand it a little bit better. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comments below. Like I mentioned, I will put the link for the original website down in the description box. I will also link my blog post about my kids' favorite church games down below, and all of my Teachers Pay Teachers and Etsy and all those kind of things so that you can check them out. Please make sure you like and share to help other people find it. And if you find this interesting, please subscribe. I do put out 2 videos about teacher stuff every week. And so if you subscribe, and make sure you turn on that little bell notification so that you find out when there is a new video so that you can watch it. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Detective's in the middle, trying to figure out who it is. One person's alive. Alright, detective, look all around so that you can see who it is.
It's right in here.
You have 3 chances to start picking.
3 chances. Who do you think it is?
Hurry up. 3, 2, 1, pick. Nope.
Alright, 2 more guesses.
Oh, she's
10,
dead.
9.
Alright, 1 more guess.
Nice job.